this video, we're going to cover the streets and avenues of the financial district. In New York City, sometimes it's hard to know what streets and avenues are one neighborhood versus another. There's a lot of blurred lines when it comes to Manhattan and really New York City as a whole. We're going to make it clear what the financial district is in this video. The financial district is one of those neighborhoods where people don't really know where it begins. They know where it stops because it is the most southern neighborhood in all of Manhattan, so it goes all the way to the waterfront. But where does it even begin? Because a lot of times people aren't sure if it's part of Chinatown, if it's part of Lower East Side, if it's part of Tribeca. There's so many blurred lines. Technically, if you are below Barclay Street in Manhattan, you are now in the financial district. So there are some resources online that say otherwise, but Barclay Street is where it technically becomes the financial district. So on the west side, you're actually not going all the way to the waterfront. You're stopping at the West Side Highway. So once you cross the West Side Highway from the financial district, you're actually heading into another neighborhood called Battery Park City. So that is right next to the financial district, but it's technically not a part of the financial district as well. This neighborhood stretches all the way to the waterfront on the southern tip of Manhattan, not on the west side. That's a little bit of confusion as well, because like I said, that part on the west side is called Battery Park City. So on the southern side, it's going to be part of the Seaport District of Manhattan. Technically, from a real estate perspective, the Seaport District is considered a separate neighborhood in Manhattan. However, if you live in the Seaport District or are even in the Seaport District, like spending a day there, it feels like the financial district. I personally group them in basically one neighborhood. So the Seaport District / Fulton Street is part of the financial district, but it's actually a separate neighborhood from a real estate perspective. So when listing a property, we do have to list them as separate neighborhoods, but you basically feel like you live in the financial district if you live in the Seaport District. Now on the east side, where does this neighborhood stop? So technically, where the Brooklyn Bridge is, so where you get on the Brooklyn Bridge, is where those eastern boundaries are of the financial district. So you're going to be looking at a street called Frankfurt Street, which then runs into Dover Street. Now, those aren't very popular streets in Manhattan because there's not a lot on those streets, but those are the streets that are going to be that eastern border of the neighborhood. And when I say eastern border, it's kind of like a northeastern border because technically the eastern border is the FDR. So I just want to make that clear that that's like kind of like a northeastern border, I would say. And we're going to put up some pictures in this video so you can see exactly what we're talking about. Now, if you look at the financial district on a map, it's actually a very, very big neighborhood, especially compared to some smaller neighborhoods in Manhattan. Other neighborhoods in downtown are not nearly as big as this neighborhood, and it really does cover a lot of area here. I hope this helped you figure out exactly what area is considered the financial district in Manhattan. Now, I would love to know from you guys, would you guys ever live in this neighborhood, or have you guys ever lived in this neighborhood and would like to share your experiences? I love hearing from you guys in the comments, so I would like to thank you in advance.